Formula One moves away from the Principality and over to Canada. We're on the Ile Notre Dame, a man-made island back in the 60s. We're on the land around the casino for the Canadian Grand Prix at the Circuit Gilles Villeneuve. 8 races down as well. Round 9 takes us here in Canada and kicks off June, followed then as well by the Spanish Grand Prix in a couple of weeks' time. Austria leads us in as well, along into July with the British Grand Prix at Silverstone. Hungary then takes us to Belgium for the summer break. August has us in the Netherlands, and then Italy takes us to September along with Azerbaijan and Singapore. October sees us in Austin, Texas for the United States Grand Prix, then to Mexico. Then November takes us to Brazil and Las Vegas. December has Qatar and Abu Dhabi. In the Drivers' Championship, Max Verstappen leads on 169 points. Charles Leclerc is second with Lando Norris now in third. Carlos Sainz drops to fourth. Sergio Perez is fifth. Oscar Piastri sixth. George Russell and Lewis Hamilton seventh and eighth. Fernando Alonso and Yuki Tsunoda round out the top 10. Lance Stroll is 11th on 11 points, Behrman on 6th, Hulkenberg, Ricciardo, Albon now jumping to 15th, Ocon and Magnussen and Gasly now with points, Zhou, Bottas and Sargent still pointless. In the Constructors' Championship, Red Bull lead on 276, Ferrari and then McLaren close behind. Mercedes and Aston Martin in a little battle, RB ahead now of Haas, Williams with points as well as Alpine, Sauber the only pointless team on the grid. Let's take a look around the circuit Gilles Villeneuve here on the Ile Notre Dame, a 2.710 mile circuit, 70 laps ahead of us as well. A man-made island. It's a driver fan favourite. All starts with a good exit through the last corner. Past the wall of champions, keep the car sort of centred towards the track as you start the lap. Downhill towards turn number 1, light on the brakes all the way down into a second gear corner. Gently control the slide, the rear always wants to step out on you as you approach turns 3 and 4. Quick through the chicane as well, carry so much more exit curb, you're allowed to do it as you rise up to past the casino and one of my favourite corners. A lot of inside curb, switch back, control the power and the slide in the rear as you open up the DRS down towards turns 8 and 9. Heavy on the brakes once more, down into 4th gear, control the speed of the exit, quick flick again through the chicane as you approach the fearsome turn 10 hairpin. You're going down now, all the way to 2nd gear. Gently leave it on idle, then push the power down as you grow down past the old start-finish straight as well, past the Detroit Casino on the right, and now down towards the fearsome last chicane and the wall of champions. Get it wrong here as well, from 8th gear down to 5th, and you're in the wall. Use so much more exit curb, keep the car again pinned to the right, and that is a lap of the circuit Gilles Villeneuve here in Canada. We're all set then for what will be a wet second practice session here at the circuit Gilles Villeneuve. The rain is coming down once more. Let's head down. It's stopped raining at the moment. Simon Lazenby is in the pit lane with Danica Patrick and the 1997 world champion of Jacques Villeneuve.
And that's what Williams wants.
Yeah, and then he unceremoniously gets booted out when the 7-time world champion wants to go to Ferrari. So a little bit unlucky. But with regards to your old team, just quickly, Jacques, do you get the feeling that James has got them on the right track and applying the learnings from all that winning that he did with Mercedes?
He does. I know James really well because we took him as a junior when we made BAR, and he's a racer. and he's gotten used to winning with Lewis and Mercedes. He knows what it takes, and he wants to bring Williams back to its glory days.
He does indeed, as well as we get ready for the second practice session. Megan Birch on her way to the commentary box as well. Josh T is currently on IndyCar duties, but is around as well, getting all set. And also down the area is Omi. So I'll quickly say hello to JT if he's around, so he can listen. Hi, JT.
Hello.
Hello. How's IndyCar going? Because we've got cameras, if you didn't know, for this weekend at Road America. We have cameras at the tower. That's the start line. We have cameras at turn 5, turn 10, and turn 14. And boy, oh boy, is it fun, JT.
It is so much fun. I'm having so much fun controlling them. So, yeah, it seems like I'm a remote camera operator today and a on-site camera operator tomorrow, which should be fun with touring cars.
Yes, that's going to be... So basically, you're just remote controlling cameras around everything at the moment. So just quickly
You can
as
go
well.
up to 4 times zoom on them, Josh.
I did, yeah, I know. Going to be so
It's
fun as
good,
well.
isn't it?
Pit lane's going to be fun. I need the pit lane on a separate camera for when we go down as well on Sunday for all the stops, and hopefully might have a couple of interesting ones as well. Just quickly, because I know you won't be around for the beginning of this session because you'll finish off on everything on IndyCar. What was your thoughts on the little running we had in practice 1, and what are you thinking coming into practice 2?
It wasn't that much, was it?
No.
It really wasn't that much running in practice 1. But it has rained more since the conclusion of practice 1, but I believe we should get a little bit more running in free practice 2. Hopefully we get more running. 25 minutes left on IndyCar, by the way.
Yep, all sounds good. There is a lot of rain incoming as well. I was going to show you the results from practice 1, but the timing tower has reset itself ready for practice 2, as it quite rightfully should. All I can tell you is that the risk of rain is at 100% right now as well. And the
Beautiful.
Good, yeah. So always great out there. Track conditions, well, if we open up the graphic that we have up here in the commentary box, we can show you. Track temperature is at 26.6 degrees, air temperature 19.6, 66% humidity as well. It says no active rain at the moment, but the pressure is 998.9 MB. Now, that usually, once it reaches over 1,000, it breaks the rain barrier, so keep an eye on that coming into it. Wind speed is at 8.6 kilometers, blowing in from the southwest as well, so there's a lot of rain coming in, there's lots of wind coming in as well, so it's not all going to be as smooth as we've been thinking about it, so stand by for what's going to be a very difficult practice too. And I suppose one thing as well, JT, they don't want red flags, but the track's still greasy, but it's fine for dry tyres. So I'm not thinking we're going to have much running, sadly.
Yeah, absolutely. It's still greasy. All the rain had washed away any of the rubber that had already been on there, but then again, it's a brand new surface, and it was very, very, very green, literally with leaves this morning.
It was indeed. A lot of leaves were over on the circuit as well. I expect that was delayed the opening of the practice for around about 25 minutes. We were left waiting to think what was going to happen. Coverage details ahead of this weekend then as well. Practice 3 gets underway tomorrow as well. Same roundabout time as we had practice 1. That's at 5:15. Qualifying is from 8:45 as well. That was going to be the next session. Race day on Sunday as well. We're on air from 6, lights out. So we're on air from 6:15, lights out at 7 because of the British touring cars at Thruxton as well. A reminder, also got Josh T trackside at Thruxton for practice 1, 2 and qualifying, and then it'll be back up to normal for the race day commentary box. I'll be in the box for that one. Here it comes then. It's time for FP2. All set then for free practice 2 at the Circuit Gilles Villeneuve in Montreal, Canada. It is round 9 on the 2024 calendar, and we move around as well. Take a break from the European season and head over to North America. This continent absolutely amazing. This city absolutely amazing. The track, as you can see, is awesome as well. In total, looking at it as well, it's a 4.361 kilometre circuit, 2.710 miles. 65% of the lap is spent at full throttle. Fast ever lap time here as well is a 1:13.078 set by Valtteri Bottas in the race as well back in 2019. Sunnier conditions, still a chance of rain at 100%, but we might just see the C3 hard in white, the C4 yellow medium, and the C5 red soft as well. The same tyres we have for the last 3 Grand Prix. 4 sets left then of the green inters and 2 sets of the wets blue as well. And the conditions out here are sketchy ahead of practice 2 for the Canadian Grand Prix. Just looking down at the hairpin at turn 10, and there's a few more clouds blowing in. There's rain just at the exit, so anything's possible here in Montreal, Canada, and I just absolutely love it. There's some work going on further down. The fans are putting their hats on. Lance, welcome home with the LS Lance Stroll as well coming in there with the Canadian leaf on the flag as well coming in. It all looks good. A dad with a baby and a papoose as well watching on for the action. The baby giving a little bit of a wave, and the risk of rain for this second session is 100%. So we're going to wait to see when that comes in. Let's hear from David Croft alongside Corinne Chatnock and Jack Villeneuve.
Honorary president of the Wall of Champions Club. I didn't think you wanted to admit to that.
Oh, it's fantastic. You know, when you start a trend, you should always be proud. It's a tricky track on the wet. Also, because it's a lower downforce track. But there's a new asphalt. And we've seen this morning, the racing line dries as quick as we've ever seen. And offline, it's as wet as we've ever seen. So it makes it very tricky.
I know they've completely resurfaced it. Didn't seem like they'd done a good job with the drainage, to be honest. And I know it came down.
It's raining again now.
In its bucket loads, but the drainage needs looking at here.
Yeah, but what was weird is the puddles that were there were actually off the line. I think we could have started that session a bit earlier. They had the trucks parked at...
Going to stop that to say hello to Synthal, who's in the YouTube chat, who says, hello from Egypt. Our Synth's gone over to Egypt. He says it's 11:57 p.m. here in Egypt. I turned 18 years old in 3 minutes' time. It's about 60 seconds now as well, actually, Synth. So getting ready for a happy 18th birthday to you. And you're going to see a cracking second practice because the rain has started to come down, not by the bucket full, but by the ocean full. And they're all heading out there on dry tyres. So this is going to be a very sketchy lap before they head back into the pit lane. So wherever you are, make sure you are ready for this because it's going to be absolutely fantastic. 40 seconds then until the session starts and Synthal turns 18, our F2, F3 commentary partner as well. Nice to see you here as well. Rain just started to come down. Megan's on her way into the commentary box shortly as well. So we're all getting set to keep on going for this opening. It's Russell's radio.
Oh.
Yeah, it's coming down much harder now.
And you were saying...
It is indeed as well. It's getting to that time where it's a bit of a worry. Max Verstappen's at the front of the crew. And it is ready, steady. Happy birthday to Synthal. Happy 18th birthday, Synthal. Hope you're having a lovely day over there. Happy birthday, mate, over there in Egypt. As the green light goes on, and practice 2 is underway here at the Canadian Grand Prix where the rain is coming down and Max Verstappen heads out. Now they're all going out there on dry tyres. They all wanted to try and beat the wet weather, but now the wet weather has decided to come into the circuit. And JT, I don't know if you've got a mic handy, but this is going to be a bit treacherous right now. It's a resurfaced track with rain coming down. This is going to have absolutely no grip whatsoever.
Yeah, absolutely as well. And I'm hoping what I've just done has worked. I'm hoping that the delay on the IndyCar cams is synced. Yes, it is. I have just tracked Christian Lundgaard around the whole lap of Road America using the cameras. Let's go.
Oh, that is
Hello.
Fantastic, JT. Hello, indeed. Yeah, JT's in the voice at the back behind us as well. at the moment. Is for some reason that's gone transparent. I wonder why that has with the. Oh well, never mind. Looks like JT's got a bit of traction coming in anyway on the back. Max Verstappen. And here's the radio. Sainz.
To wait for the medium.
Too wet for the medium.
Okay.
Well, we know that. We can see it's too wet for the mediums as they keep pushing down. Sinsel, I hope you have a very happy birthday, my friend, as well. And take care over there as well. Out the pit lane now comes Charles Leclerc. And he is on intermediate tyres, a used set, 5-lap old set of intermediate tyres. So that does kind of make sense. No idea where Megan is as well. Never trust Megan to be on time in the commentary box as well. If there's any... Oh, saying the devil. She walks in as well. I say never trust Megan to be on time in the commentary box, and bang, she walks in as well. Rain coming down then, as they're all on dry tyres, apart from Leclerc, nearly has a mistake as well. Coming into it, a little bit more... Oh, and Sainz has had a problem out there, and into the pit lane, changing over to mediums goes Verstappen as well. He has a quick change of tyres. Rain coming down. I think Sainz has had a mistake somewhere on the track because he's just said F, copy boys. So I think he's gone and had a mistake somewhere on the line. Megan, you're only co for 20 minutes in this box, just to let you know. So, hello.
So I can leave after 20 minutes?
No, Justy will come back from IndyCar after then, but you're still stuck here for the next hour. But look how hard it's raining out there as well as the two Mercedes go out there on dry tyres.
Side by side.
Hamilton passes Russell down to turn 7.
Do we know whether the rain's going to get heavier?
It should do, yeah. Yeah, 100% chance of rain.
Could there be a red?
Incident involving car 16, Charles Leclerc has been noted for tyre usage. Now,
I think you're meant to use your tyres.
no, he's used... Look at the tyres. He's used an old set. Well, this could be interesting. If you take a look at this graphic...
Do you think they've left them on from last session?
They have, and they're not allowed to do that. Is that a ladybird?
They must
It
have
is.
forgotten. No, it's just a fly with a...
Yeah, look.
Ankle problem.
Charles Leclerc has used a 5-lap-old intermediate tyre, but that is from free practice 1. It's the wrong tyre.
This me that is too wet for slicks, to be honest. It doesn't look...
We need to box.
Yeah, and it's the wrong tyre. So you are supposed to give... Yeah, look, the investigation after the session. Charles Leclerc is supposed to give that first set of tyres back. Now, they've changed the rule, of course, but an intermediate tyre would have to be given back after the first practice session. It hasn't been, and they've put him on the circuit on it, but it's a 5-lap-on tyre set. Now, there's nothing wrong with those
much?
tyres. I don't think... I'm very surprised about that.
Maybe that's why they left them on. Maybe they didn't realise.
I don't think they did. That's
Failure
this
of
new rule.
communication.
Yeah.
with Ferrari.
Who's let Laurent Mekies near Ferrari again?
Well, Ferrari doing Ferrari things, but I can't work out why. Ted Kravitz is down there. He's watching on to see what we're going to hear. There's a set of inters that was supposed to go on as Charles Leclerc comes in. So, yeah. That's a bizarre situation. This fly is driving my head in. Could you get rid of it?
Josh.
Open the door. Yes, JT.
Top 4 in IndyCar, separated by 86
Ooh!
thousandths of a second.
And Megan throws off her... Go and deal with the door. Let's hear quickly as well, because there's some information coming from the stewards right now with Sky Sports.
It is. It's not a finishing school.
It's a school for the finished.
It's a school for the finished, and it's people. You know, this is why you have junior Formula racing, because that's where you do your learning. And I think you see the marmots there on
Why
the
you
side.
say marmots?
What are they? Groundhogs.
Well, I feel like I say this every day. They're groundhogs.
Why do other people call them marmots?
Well, because they probably are marmots, but groundhog sounds so much better. Come on. Don't take my groundhogs away here.
Well, I feel this is a Ted Kravitz subject. He's the expert on the furry mammals of the Ile Notre Dame Island.
Ted?
The marmots, the groundhogs, call them what you want. I'm more able to help you, I think, with this tyre conundrum on Leclerc's car.
Two seconds, Ted.
We are boxing.
Yes, we need to box.
What do you mean we need to box?
Box, please. Box, please.
I'm boxing, but let me know if there's a problem so I slow down.
No problem. Just box, please.
But they're not taking the set of tyres off, which makes me think they went out before the track was declared wet. They went out on the wet tyres before they were allowed to. Did you
Did you posit that as a
Oh.
possibility?
Jacques Villeneuve is
No.
doing cartwheels in the box now.
No, I did
Well,
not.
let's find out if it
Because
was that.
because it's only
Claim the
just
victory, it's fine.
because it's only just come up now, hasn't it?
Yeah.
Wet track,
17:05 wet track.
and
Yeah.
he went out at 17:03 or something, or 2.
I think it is in the
Spirits.
in the little Jack versus Jock. I think that is 1 point for Jack, knowing the regulations.
because
Right.
what they're not doing, I can tell you, is and the scrutineer is not looking at the tyre sets, which are printed on the
Slam
sidewall. Actually, on the rim, it says set. Inevitably, as Jack and Kareem will know, it's always the driver's number, so it'll be set 1-6, 3 for which will be the code for inters, and then 1 or something like that. What they're not doing is looking at those set codes and saying, "Ooh, we've got the wrong tyres on."
Brian,
All right, cheers, Ted. So, for what we can understand, it's the fact that Leclerc has gone out on the track on what is, to be believed, he's gone out on a wet tyre when the track is declared dry. So, well, I don't think that's wrong.
I don't think that's a bad thing. I mean, you can make if you're allowed to go out on wet track with dry tyres, why can't you go out on dry track
And
with wet tyres?
We've seen that flies
Still.
back. Yeah, it's near the door now. Go open the thing. We've seen this before. As Megan just throws down her headset because that flies near the end of the door, so we can get it out of the box. We've seen this before in Azerbaijan last year in sprint qualifying, where we had Norris and Tsunoda complete their times on the wet tyres because they were the only tyres they had to complete the session on new tyres. And the wets were the only new tyres they had left by the time we got to sprint qualifying. So that's something to keep an eye out. Gasly's fastest on a 1:29.007 to come through as well. And how many groundhogs are we going to see in this session as well is what people are wanting to know about as well. Megan says 3. This is what we've got coming up though. Massive radar rain, Megan. You're kind of a meteorologist as well. I'd love to know what your take on this is as we get the rain coming in.
The worst of it is the red areas. By the look of the wind is going down southeast, so we won't hit the red areas, but we will possibly hit an orange area. Southwest. So it's going away.
It's blowing in, I think, from where the angle of the track is. The
What
rain's...
angle have they turned that thing?
I don't know, but I think the rain is coming inwards. That we need to keep an eye on it as well.
The way it looks that way.
Woody Motorsport Gaming, so that they can't cheat the tyre compound U rules, I guess, yes. Ferrari doing Ferrari things as well. Well done, Ferrari. Says Omi as well. Looks like it. Gasly's about to go faster here as he comes across the line, and his new delta is going to be a 1:24.389 across the board as well. Very nice time there from Pierre Gasly as they fly into it. My mouth is burning. Help.
Why is it burning?
Omi, what have you done? Are you near a microphone? If you can talk, what have you done to your mouth? Have you eaten something? As we hear from Gasly.
Okay, Pierre, so how's the track?
Try.
Getting better.
So we have Ocon still.
Yeah, track's fine out there as well. It's getting better and better and better as they come into it as well. I love how Megan disappears and just vanishes when she's sat at the desk.
And
as
that's
well.
small.
Yes. I haven't moved. Look at the rain camera, Megan. So look, it is blowing inwards. So there's more rain coming. So we're in a
So
lull
they
right now.
flipped their screen, or the TV pictures flipped it.
Yeah.
Because there's no way that it can't not be.
Well, if you take a look at the circuit, north is upwards to turn 1 here.
So
north's
what
up
you're
here.
saying is the fact that the circuit's flipped, so it's still in here.
That fly's still here.
Just leave it. Honestly, I don't. I think it lives here now. It lives here. It's the commentary box fly.
Had enough of those.
We can name it Jerry. Now we just need a Tom.
No, we do not.
And then in fly purposes.
We do not need anything of Tom or Jerry in this commentary box. Thank you very much. Look, look at the floor.
You could do with a cat.
Look at the floor. We desperately need to clean up.
It's not an orange cat because those are commonly known to be the most erratic.
Tabby.
Yeah.
That fly is... Right, I'm getting
Well,
rid of it.
okay, you can deal with it. I've already tried. It's a bit too dry, says Zhou Guanyu. Well, don't knock it, Zhou. Don't knock it. Zhou Guanyu is on... Oh, of course he's saying it's a bit too dry. He's on intermediate. Why have you gone out on intermediate when the weather's only like this? He's coming in for a pit. Yeah, changing off. Get off those.
It's gone.
Good, good, good.
Would go crazy dealing with Tom and Jay. I would go crazy with Tom and Jay. I have trouble dealing with Josh and Megan.
Is it bad that whenever I write too much, my finger here hurts?
Yes.
Specific finger. Do I write wrong or something?
No, but I would use one of the pens that you gave me.
I think I've just been writing too much because I put a lot of pressure on this.
Just a quick thing as well, as Gazzy does a 120.789. Yes, the track is improving, but the track has been declared wet. Martin Brundle down at turn 2.
And it's quite interesting. It's where the pit lane exits as well. When they first came out, they struggled to stay in the pit lane, and a couple of them made it onto the grass. And then the track changed like a switch, literally. And Gasly was out there. He fired up his tyres sufficiently to have some confidence and start attacking the track. That's why he was taking 5 seconds a lap out of it each time he went round. And then you can see where the pit lane feeds really into quite a critical part of the racing line as they head down towards turn 3. It's a very compact zone down there. But I really didn't think they were going to be able to get up and running on the slicks. And you can even see now, look at the down in the puddle here on the Tech Pro. It's muddy like crazy behind the walls over here. And there's been a lot of water, obviously, from earlier on in the day. But all of a sudden, an F1 car rocked up in Pierre Gasly's hands and looked like it was a racing car. Looked like it actually got some grip. The rest of the time, they were just trying not to crash, basically, a lap or two. Fernando Alonso there. And also you can hear the exhaust note. As soon as they've got some confidence, there's a bit of grip, they start to push harder on the throttle, the engine barks, the tyres light up, they can brake a bit later, turn in a bit harder, so they get front tyre temperature as well, and it's like a snowball. It just builds and builds and builds, and you can see, and that sort of sixth sense you have as a driver, where you kind of know roughly how much grip there's going to be. I don't know how you do, but you do. Because you're so tightly strapped in the car that when the car moves, you're part of it. Or your internal gyros, the feeling through your backside, the feeling through the palm of your hands as the torque, as the steering wheel loads up and unloads, the wheels spin, and somehow your body absorbs all of that information. And you just know you can go faster and faster until suddenly you can't and you have a big slide. But it's a tricky little part of the track, and as you were saying up in the comm box, this could be critical information for qualifying and or the race on Sunday. And and it's just starting to rain a little bit harder again now, and they're slightly more tentative on the throttle. No traction control, of course, on these cars. It's all
yes,
about
it is
you
raining,
and the
Woody.
throttle pedal, the torque demand, as it's known. No ABS brakes, no stability control. You have got to work it out for yourself. And the drivers are working overtime as Carlos Sainz taking a slightly wider line to straighten the car up. You always get better traction when the car's in a straight line and you're not asking the rear tyre to finish a turn as up to 1,000 horsepower on the track. So lots going on down here. It's a little bit tentative. Back to you.
Thank you, Martin. Yeah, it is getting very, very wet out there as well, and the rain's starting to come down now in the second phase, especially down the pit lane area. We are going to say hello up in the box to Josh T, who's made his way over now with cameras as the rain starts to come down.
Hello.
Hello. Is IndyCar still going?
1 minute and 48 seconds to go.
Sounds good. DRS still activated though, despite the fact it's pouring rain. That's because drivers. It's been declared a wet track. So how's the DRS open?
Rest in peace, DRS 2011 to 2025.
Yes! It's gone! It's gone! The stupid thing's gone! Yes! No more DRS. Yeah, the 2026 regulation changes that we're going to get into.
Aero active. Is it
Active
now?
Aero we're going to
Active
have.
Aero.
Yeah. So basically,
Sounds like a chocolate bar.
yeah, the front wing is going to be the X Aero, and the back rear wing is going to be the Y Aero.
Will that be better?
No idea. This is what caused the yellow. Magnussen having a bit of oversteer coming into turn 8 and having to go over the bollard.
Oscar Piastri is very happy right now with it.
I tell you what, I love the fact that DRS is going, and the new regulations look great. We're going to have it 30 kilograms lighter, 300 millimeters, 30 centimeters smaller, 10 centimeters wider.
Hard now, turn 10. Copy.
Omi says, I really regret eating hot fish in his mouth as well, yeah.
Oh, it was fish.
Yeah, it really is raining quite hard down turn 10. It's caught out Lance Stroll as well. And turn 10 is always where it arrives from first, 'cause that's where the north's coming in. That's where everyone's running wide as well. So it's blowing in from the northwest now, Megan. So
They
that
may
rain,
as well just increase the track.
That rain is going straight on down here as well. And
Just change the positioning
Yeah.
of the track. No one understands. No one gets it now.
light rain is currently. Let's hear from Fernando.
Yeah, Leclerc is slow, especially in the last corner. Yeah, no mirrors. Yeah. Typical Ferrari.
You should know. We drove for them for 4 years.
It's like, this is from personal experience.
Or 5 seasons, actually. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Oh, Jack Doohan is up in the commentary box. Let's hear from him.
Mike, right up. That's it.
Is
just
that
like
better?
That is much, much better.
Great, I'm glad you can hear me.
I've been sold an absolute shocker here. I've got Jacques and Jack. This could get a bit.
Jack and
There's a clear
Jack.
You
difference.
guys.
You look like a dwarf.
I think we are on a stall, so that's okay. No worries. Just
Yeah, we'd never call you a dwarf. Hobbit, maybe, not a
Hobbit,
dwarf.
I prefer that. Yeah, I like that. I like that. Yes, thank you.
Would that do you? I was going to talk about the weather and the rain, and I really wish it had been dry, because you'd have got more than one lap in today.
Stroll's fastest on home
So
soil.
unfortunate.
yeah, unfortunate. You know, it's just unfortunately how the cookie crumbles, especially in Montreal. We have, you know, like we see this session unpredictable again, qualifying looking wet, and with only one intermediate tyre that we can carry over FP1, FP2, and FP3. Unfortunately, we had to take the bigger picture into play, which isn't always favourable for myself, but in the end, it's you know, having the team's interests at heart and looking at the bigger picture.
Okay, look on the bright side. Do you get another one later in the season?
I'm quite sure, yes. So that is the bright side. I think, you know, the positive was I was in the car with the team, going through the motions. Was able, got an install lap in, got a practice start in. I was able to push on my in lap, which was great, at least on the soft. So I think it's important to take the little wins here and look, you know, at the start of the year, I would have done anything to get in the car.
You got to wear your race suits and your helmet. Isn't that amazing?
No, exactly, and I actually got to wear it inside the car. I got to leave the box. So there's.
That's fair enough. Alongside top, 118.662. Stroll second at the moment. Hamilton third. What a replay though of Hamilton down at the 13-14 chicane as well. And he's going to nearly run into the back of one of the Ferraris. Right, a tenner. That is Stroll. And it is Lance Stroll. I mean, you just have to guess these days, don't you? But it's Stroll. Oh, Groundhog!
Number 1.
Yeah, first Groundhog, and it nearly gets attacked by Hamilton and Sainz, but yes, please, Groundhog, stay in. Bill, stay in your hole. Bill Murray, of course, with Groundhog Day. Whoa, and a Williams of Albon almost into the wall of champions.
Let's hope there was no groundhogs.
Yeah, Jacques Villeneuve knows what it's like. He's been in there twice. Oh, he got the green AstroTurf, which is wet now.
Oh, by the way, for anyone wondering, we did have crepes.
Yes, we did have crepes. Yes. And there's 2 left.
Made by Joshua.
Mum made the mixture the first time, then I made it the second time. But I cooked them, yes. And, yeah, there are 2 left. So 1 each tomorrow morning if you want some for breakfast.
Remember, I'm not here very early in the morning, so Kellyanne might want to steal them.
Kellyanne will not be stealing my crepes.
We could always make her crepes.
Oh, we are not keep. We'll soon look like a crepe at this rate. I had 1. That's why I had 1.
I had 2.
You had. I cooked you 2.
You can have the other 2.
No, I don't want the other 2. I'll have 1 more in the morning for breakfast instead of my normal pancakes.
Well, Mama can have.
Then I'm having American pancakes on Sunday.
We're big on pancakes.
It doesn't look like a pancake at the moment. I might have a fry-up instead. Actually, what did you have? You've in fact been very Canadian today. Because what did you have for tea?
Yeah, poutine.
Yes. Oh, pit lane cam. Hey, picture in picture.
I was wondering why we had that today. No, I get it.
Yes, Megan wondering why I made... well, she didn't have cheese on it, which I don't know why, but you had...
We should put cheese on it next time. You know I love cheese.
Yes, I know. But, yeah, you had my poutine I made for you, yes, yeah.
Josh's poutine.
So you've all had a French day, haven't you? Well, Canadian day, French-Canadian.
I mean, the only other two things I've had to eat today are toast for breakfast, and for lunch I had some yogurt and strawberries.
Why am I the only one at Fiji?
I don't know.
What did you have for tea? Oh, poutine. Yeah, I've just said
you made my tea.
So I've still got one left. There's 2 chicken breasts that we brought today because I was gonna have another. I was gonna have one, but I didn't. So
make some for Kellyanne and Dan.
Well, I don't know what I'm doing tomorrow. I don't know if I did say chicken rice chicken, but I'm sort of going for a quick curry because we've got that peel of rice. So just a quick curry.
And then what would be here? They can sample your cooking.
That is true. Yes. I don't know. I might do a all-in rice. You know, the egg fried rice and all that lot that you like, with the chicken and the bacon and the things and that lot. Everything I shove in it. A bit of leek.
Ooh, leek.
I make good food. To become into it.
You do.
It's a hobby. I know I keep saying it, but with the rain's just eased off a little bit. There's a little bit of drifting out there. Sonoda goes 9th, Sargent's in 10th, Albon's in 8th, and that is Verstappen with something smoking from the back of the car. Now, this is not. That's something smoking from the back of Verstappen. That's not water or anything like that. Something is smoking from the back of Max Verstappen's Red Bull as he comes down the pit lane to... Well, where is the pit lane? Red Bull are last in the pit lane here.
He's making crepes.
Yeah, because how it goes here is Haas, Sauber, Racing Bulls, Williams, Alpine, Aston, McLaren, Ferrari, Mercedes, and Red Bull right at the end of the pit lane. Interesting. I believe Jacques Villeneuve is alongside Martin Brundle and David Croft for the whole weekend.
Oh, that'll be interesting.
Brakes on fire! Brakes on fire! Ted!
Yes.
I knew it! I saw it!
That's not good. And
the caution barrier is going across.
I gave it a bit of a sniff.
Verstappen radio.
Can we get the fans? I smell a bit of smoke.
It's happened again! Another brake fire!
More like burning carbon fibre than battery. But I guess they'll have a look. Sorry, I just tripped over.
He's jumped clear. I don't know if you saw that.
No, I'm just running down there at the moment as fast as I can. Anyway,
caution to enter
Red Bull's on fire.
Ooh, I knew it was. I said it was. I said that Red Bull was smoking coming down the pit lane.
What's happened?
Max Verstappen has got another rear brake fire. He was coming down the pit lane and the car was smoking.
The curse of the M.
Yeah, literally the curse of the M. Melbourne, Miami, Monaco, and now Montreal as well. Any country or racetrack we have with an M that we go to, there is an issue for Verstappen.
Monza will be fun.
And for the second time this year, it's a rear brake problem that the smoke was coming from.
Whose turn is it to win now? Yeah. I think it's Oscar Piastri's turn.
You're not the only one thinking that. So many people have been saying it. But yeah, JT, another brake fire.
Absolutely.
It's been a different winner.
And I would like to welcome everyone who has come over from the IndyCar stream. We had someone go off like 20 seconds to go. Unfortunately, because I was cycling through the cameras, we missed it. Yeah, we saw the AMR safety team and the tractors go out.
I love these cameras.
Hello everyone.
Yes. Russell goes up to 4th. No, hang on, timing screens are frozen. Where is he going? Hamilton 4th, Russell down to 6th. Joe Bauer is down there talking with Red Bulls as well, just to make sure that everything's okay. And now they are getting the engine cover off that Red Bull. So this is not great.
Albon.
Here it is again, Megan. Look, and it's rear. So where's the smoke? Look, I told you. Look, it's smoking there. So it's rear left brake.
Look, it started just as going into pit lane. Magnussen up to 3rd.
Is it coming from the back of the exhaust? I can't quite tell. As we see Logan Sargent having a bit of a slide.
I'm not quite sure.
Yeah. Not the greatest.
It does not feel like 25 past 10, but by the way, at all.
Oh. No, it does not.
I've just remembered my alarm. Turn that off.
Where's all the time gone?
So much so, you know. Oh, and Hamilton goes straight on at the last chicane. So much so, I've not actually made the... I haven't done the systems yet, you know. For all the stuff for touring cars. I've got to do that after this session. That's my hour break. Doctor Who is on at midnight. Yeah.
Yeah. Over this side, it's dark.
2 seconds,
But
Hamilton.
over that side, are you good?
Well, exactly. Yeah. He was probably just setting...
Hamilton keeps back. These guys keep back up in the last corner, Lewis is saying, so he's having problems out there as well. Alonso 1:15.810 on soft tyres. Leclerc, Magnussen, Stroll, Hamilton the top 5. Sonoda 6th, Albon 7th. Let's hear from Hamilton again. This is him locking up, and again it's Sainz in the Ferrari causing Hamilton problems at the last chicane. Sainz has never, ever, ever learned that you can't just drift on the racing line.
Yeah, it doesn't seem to compute with him.
No.
Sainz was iconic for this last year, wasn't he, as well?
At this track,
Yeah.
And in Canada. And in Spain, Barcelona. He sort of ran on from there, didn't he? It started in Barcelona and it came on here. In the sessions. Here's Lando Norris.
Was something on?
No, the talkback.
Oh, I was wondering what that was. It was annoying me.
Yeah, Megan was hearing the talkback from the Sky feed.
Yeah, only we can hear that.
Yeah.
It was annoying me.
Because the thing's up.
Usually I can't hear it, but I do today.
Well, I was waiting to see if Ted was going to say anything, because I can't hear the Sky IQ. Because I don't know who's talking. I think it's Jess, but I can't hear it. Not Jess Ball, Jess McFadden. I can't hear... No, hang on. Jess Medland.
Yikes.
Jess Medland now. Forgot. Yeah, she's a bit too quiet here.
Marriage.
Yeah, marriage.
Guys.
Yeah, go on.
I've just seen the Sainz and Hamilton groundhog incident.
Yes.
Close call. Ouch. That was close.
Incredibly close. Too close for comfort.
Groundhog Day.
Again. Don't talk to me about Groundhog Day.
You're chickens.
Let's hear from Lando Norris. And guess what? There's a Ferrari drifting on the racing line. That's caused Lando to go over the track. And he might be under investigation for that because he's failed to follow the race director's instructions by going over the bollard.
Is it Leclerc? It was Leclerc!
It is, Charles.
Because Sainz is behind him.
So that means it was Sainz.
No, Sainz was behind.
And he's passed him into the braking zone.
Oh, then it was Sainz.
So it was Sainz again, yeah.
But it's hard to tell. He's got 2 Ferraris either side of him.
Everyone's getting out the way.
There is a lot.
Danny Ricciardo saying that nobody's getting out of the way.
Well, it's just practice for a race.
Yeah, and those rain clouds are hovering above. Turn 14 is involving Norris noted, as I expected it to be, failing escape road instructions.
So
George Russell.
Yeah.
And a lot of drivers getting...
So Carlos Sainz thinks that it's not his fault. Yeah, Ricky, he's taking the bleep now. So Sainz thinks it's Hamilton. In fact, it's the fact that we've got a... Oh, it's mad. Okay, well, over on BBC Radio 5...
That's why he was fired.
Yes, over on BBC Radio 5 Live, it's Alex Brundle alongside Harry Benjamin. Rosanna Taylor's down the pit lane, and Rebecca Barkley is up there as well. So let's hear from them all now in this session.
And Sainz getting caught up behind the Mercedes Q radio.
Yeah. Charlotte.
I think there'll be a lot of that coming from every single driver in the field. It's looking rather rosy though for the Aston Martins. First and third. Stroll on home soil. The man born in Montreal has just come into the pits, just put himself up into third in the timings so far. So Sainz maybe to Williams. With what really interests me is the Red Bull Junior situation and what's going on at that RB team, because obviously they brought Daniel Ricciardo in. I think this year, I think everyone was expecting more. I think he was, in an ideal world, going to be the man that got promoted to replace Sergio Perez. That hasn't happened. Instead, he's being outclassed by Yuki Tsunoda, who the team have had nothing but positive things to say publicly about. He's made a step up this season. He's had the best start to a season so far in his career. He's been overlooked, and the general consensus is he was never in contention anyway to be promoted. And then, of course, you've got Liam Lawson, who actually subbed in for Daniel Ricciardo a few times last year, performed very, very well, who now looks like he's going to end up nowhere for next year either. This is the problem. When you have a good junior program, but you have a team that isn't making the logical choices.
gonna be
Why do you have
Carl
these
Sainz
juniors? Like, what can they do with them?
Well, this is the question that I have as well, and I completely agree with you. Red Bull used to have one of the best junior programs, and we've seen, you know, Max Verstappen came through on it, Vettel, Ricardo, like you mentioned, and they have this great young driver in Liam Lawson who stepped in and did a great job. And yes, sometimes you can step in and it goes really well, and then it doesn't necessarily translate, like we saw with Nick de Vries, for example. Although that was quite harsh, I would say.
They are causing you great discomfort.
What is the point of having these? I mean, they invest millions into these drivers. And
it's causing
you
great
look at,
discomfort,
let's say,
Josh.
Jack
It's literally
Doohan in
harming
the outing in FP1 for
Besides, I'm gonna
Alpine.
see
That's
if I
great
can
that
get Dad to give me
he's
more
getting
money.
that run out.
100 more.
Okay, you can look at it two ways. One,
No.
Alpine or every team is forced to because of the rookie. They need to do it. That's in the regulations, so a rookie has to run. Or he's in contention for the seat next year. But that would be great, because at the moment, F1 have created what they consider to be a ladder. We have F1, we have F2, and we have F3. Okay, that makes it really simple to understand. But there doesn't seem to be a way to actually get from F3 and F2 into F1 anymore. You know, this year we started with the same 20 drivers that we ended last year with. And I think you could quite easily argue that they weren't the best 20 drivers in the world, let alone on the grid. And I think there should have been some changes. And I feel like there are a lot of seats being filled at the moment. And the championship would be a lot more exciting if we gave young people a chance. So you have Lawson, who could come in. You have Ollie Behrman probably going into the Haas, which is great. Perhaps the junior programs aren't as good as they used to be. I mean, we've got to talk about Antonelli as well. Mercedes, they've got a very good junior program as well. Obviously, George Russell came through that. And they would probably argue that Lewis Hamilton came through as part of the deal with McLaren. So there have been good incidents of young drivers coming through, but I feel like we're very stuck at the moment and people aren't getting the promotions that they deserve. And obviously, if you're champion in F2, you can't then race in F2 again, so your career gets stuck. So is it a ladder or what is it?
I think Red Bull have actually gotten less brutal when it comes to their young driver program over the years. You look at what they used to do. You have Bourdais, Speed, Liuzzi, Alguersuari out the door, Buemi out the door, Jean-Eric Verne out the door, Kvyat. I think they've gotten less brutal over the years, and now they've ended up in this situation where they're not willing to make that big cut.
Well, I think it's because the conveyor belt's dried up. You can't be brutal if you've got nothing to replace the person you want to be brutal with.
Lawson?
Well, that's another question. As I said in the P1 commentary, which apologies if someone's heard it, and if you haven't, you're going to hear it. If you have, you're going to hear it again. So I'm going to say it now. As far as I understand it, Ricardo is Christian Horner's project, and so he's protecting him. But on the strength of his performances so far, I think you could argue that the Red Bull of old, he would be gone by now. You know, he came back in the middle of last year. Okay, he broke his hand. That was bad luck. But before he broke his hand, he wasn't quicker than Tsunoda. When he came back from breaking his hand, apart from in Mexico, he wasn't quicker than Tsunoda. This year, he hasn't been quicker than Tsunoda, apart from one qualifying session in China in the sprint. It's like, you know, you have to ask, how much time can he be given to recover the Ricardo of, what, 5 years ago? So I think the old Helmut Marko, and this is another thing we're seeing at the moment, the old Helmut Marko, he'd be gone. But Helmut Marko doesn't have the power that he used to have because of the Red Bull power struggle that has been laid bare by the Christian Horner sexual harassment allegations, which Horner denies.
Yeah, that's true, coming into it. So, we are all back. Ted's got news.
That's going to take them long into the Canadian night. And it does mean that this result is the same, that Max is done for the day, unfortunately for him. We'll get some more specifics when we can from the team.
So, Max is done for the day, Megan. This is big, big news.
It is big news.
Finally, however, for those in the long, as the rain's coming in, for those in the long-awaited saga of is Joshua going to... it's raining, Megan, and it's going to stop in an hour's time, and it's heavy rain, so that's the session done. In the latest news of is Joshua ever going to change his ear cups? Answer, yes. Quick question. So, what is it? Quick question? Quick saying? Would anyone like to know when I got these ear pads? Now, I got these headphones in February 2018.
Can I guess?
Hang on, I got these in February 2018, and I replaced the original ear pads with leather ear cups. I did that for both mine and Megan's headsets, because the original Audio-Technica BPHS1 headset ear covers, although comfortable, after a while, Megan, because they were made of that horrible, soft, plushy things, they tore. They were sweaty.
They got everywhere.
Yeah, and now these leather ear cups have started to do the same. They've been doing the same for about a year now, haven't they?
Yes.
But I've kept through it like a good soldier. But they are now starting to cause problems because if you look how flat they are on my ears, I've started to get a lot of ear burn because it's they're on my ears. Whereas if you compare it to, in fact, Megan, could you just, we just change to a handheld for a second as well. Well, I don't know. I wanted you to turn your headset around and show it to the camera as well. If you take a look at mine, which are all broken and thingy, and then take a look at Megan's, that's the difference. Megan's was bought in 2020, and Megan, there's not one mark off yours, is there?
Not a one.
Whereas with mine?
His is literally dead. It's destroyed. It should have been thrown in a fire and, like, melted down to make new ones.
Yes. So, would anyone like to have a guess when I brought the last ones?
I can't guess.
2019.
You are correct, JT. Would anyone like to know the exact date? Hang on. Did JT have his headphones on when me and Megan were talking? The 12th of June, 2019, I got these second set of ear cups. So, coming up on 5 years in the next few days.
And to answer your question, no, I wasn't, because I was downstairs getting stuff ready for Fruxton tomorrow.
Oh, I see. So, for 5...
Which is what I'm doing now.
So, for 5 years, I have had these same ear cups. And they are now so destroyed, they are hanging off my ears. Compared to Megan's, which are 4 years old and still look brand new. I'm looking at right now. They've not got a single problem with them. So right now, I'm showing Megan this. Yes, all good.
Yes.
And I am ordering a new pair. And they will arrive Sunday, the 9th of June.
Let's hope before the race.
That'd be weird. No. I think I might sacrifice myself and just wear them for the weekend. I can't, because the difference when you put them on. I'd rather do that at Le Mans, so they're all comfortable. But yeah. So, only 4 left in stock. It's a sign.
It is a sign.
Right, how do I add to basket?
Yeah.
This is an absolute sign, isn't it?
It is.
There you go, replacement bands for the top.
One thing at a time, Josh.
No, I'm just going to add that to the list.
Joshua, 4 left.
No, I know. I'm just going to add this to my list for broadcast equipment, because that might be something, because mine's starting to go at the top here.
Mine isn't.
No, mine is, though.
Mine's nice and comfy.
Oh my god.
What?
I haven't even put the 2 laptops in and it weighs a ton.
So JT's got a broken back. Proceed to check out.
Lift with your legs.
How do I do this? I don't usually order things anymore.
Okay, that.
Yeah. Continue, I would assume. I don't order things anymore.
I do.
I know you do, I don't. Oh, there we go. Make sure it's being sent here.
Yeah, I am. Yep.
No, I'll just give it as her. Yeah.
If not, they can bring it to us.
Yeah. Sunday. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Go on then. Done. New ear cups are on the way! High five.
Josh is very happy.
My ears! Can I offer you in a...
No!
Oh, we actually saved £5.
Even more of a sign.
By the way, do you remember these headsets when I bought them, like 150 quid each?
Do not tell me.
Still 150 quid.
Really?
Yeah. Huh. For those of you who want to know what headsets we have, these are the original covers on the Audio Technica BPH1s that they came with. And they were a bit too plushy for my liking. And they were great, weren't they? But
Guys.
yes, we've got a car on the track, by the way, for the first time in ages.
I think I used to go
have we?
by them a bit more.
Josh.
I only had one on.
Nah, you
Dog.
rotate sides too. Dog? What?
Dog.
Oh!
There you go.
Esteban Ocon's going on the track, everyone. And there's Del Boy.
Right, go on. Ocon's on track. Go away. Thank you.
10 quid's going to throw it in the wall.
A car on track.
Penalty.
Let's go.
I think it's a penalty for Esteban Ocon, yeah. He's on Inters.
Wait a minute. Magnussen. What is he doing here?
What do you mean? He didn't get any penalty.
He managed not to get a penalty.
Yeah, kamikaze 2 other cars, including his teammate, and he did not get a penalty.
Well, he won't be here next race. He's getting a penalty.
In Canada.
I mean, it's Canada. He's going to get a penalty, and it's in the way. He's going to get a penalty. Let's just face it.
At this point, I think Kevin Magnussen could shoot the race director, and they won't get a penalty.
They're just like, we can't risk it. We can't risk it.
I think they should give it to Esteban Ocon. Low grip conditions have flashed up on our monitors as well. The wall of Red Bull is now coming in as well because Max Verstappen has got a rear brake problem as well. Do you know, I just start to believe in the last few years, I've been saying it for years, I said, look, we knew they broke the cost cap in 2021, but it was too late to affect 2022. It wouldn't have affected 2023 either because it was a carryover car. Not much changed in the regulation years. But I said it would affect 2024. Lo and behold, we're in 2024 and they now can't bring the updates. They're struggling. Everyone's catching up. And now, yeah, they had a great start to the year, but we're actually getting a championship. It's getting there. And it wouldn't happen if it was a longer calendar. If this was round 9 of 16, this championship would be done. But because it's round 9 of 24, we've got an awful long way to go in the season still. Another, 16 races still to go after this?
Yeah.
So, anything can happen. Anyway, handing back over to BBC as Sky goes for another ad break. 18 minutes to go.
Document from the stewards about what the transgression that Leclerc was allegedly guilty of earlier in the session, and it is one of those classic FIA stupidity things. What he's accused of doing is a breach of Article 30.5 L of the FIA sporting regulations, which is using intermediate tyres when the track was not declared wet. I mean, it was literally raining and everybody was coming back in, and he went on intermediate tyres perfectly justifiably, but because the FIA hadn't said it was wet, he wasn't allowed to do that, it would seem. So it's like Formula One eat itself, Rebecca.
I would love to not win that bingo, I have to say. I mean, that's absolutely ridiculous. It was raining and they were saying it was too wet for slicks, so he went out and enters. In fact, it was even his teammate Sainz who said it's too wet. This is ridiculous. I mean, this is literally F1 eating itself.
So that's what, 10-second time penalty for the race, 5-second place grid drop.
I think he'll get away with it, hopefully. If he doesn't, honestly, we might as well pack up and go home.
I tell you what's going to happen.
So.
Charles Leclerc's going to qualify on pole, and then they're going to give him a 5-place grid penalty just because.
16 minutes and 42, 41, 40 seconds remain. Let's head back down to Rosanna.
Yeah, it's a weird world we live in, isn't it? I can't believe there's a point L. Goodness me, the fact that you've had to trawl through the A, B's and C's before that is quite astounding. On this Friday, I'm now watching Sergio Perez's side of the garage down at Red Bull. Lots of activity going on there, but it all seems to be okay from the sort of point of view as to what Max Verstappen's car has been dealing with. And as you can hear, that's the sound of George Russell in the Mercedes leaving the pits on the intermediate tyres. It's quite wet down in the pit lane, a few little patches of standing water, but the guys are wanting to get out there and feel this track and see what it's going to offer them this weekend with this relayed asphalt, the new tarmac that's been put down. What can we deduce from it? Can we even see it under all the puddles?
Yeah, well, I think it was going to be low grip anyway. I think it's incredibly low grip with the wet weather and that resurfaced tarmac around the entire circuit, which has smoothened out the track a little bit. Of course, this is a semi-permanent street track. It's not used much apart from people walking or cycling around on it. So track evolution incredibly high, but of course it starts out with absolutely no grip whatsoever. And considering FP1 was, well, half a washout, and FP2 so far, well, we've just come off a long time period of everybody being in the pits. They are now making their way back out. Stroll making his way through the hairpin, the Canadian on home soil on the intermediate tyres, but still quite a few in the pits, including the two Red Bulls of Perez and Verstappen. Rosanna.
And me.
Oh, and yeah, and you. Sorry, that was.
Oh yeah, sorry. Just checking. Sorry,
and Stutty and
it's too
Sweet,
loud
are they
for
there?
a moment. Yeah, full crew in the house. Red Bull still shielding what's going on inside, but I can see the floor is off the car, so that would explain why they're being super sensitive. And we've had confirmation from Red Bull that it wasn't ER's fault, so that's why that yellow tensor barrier I was talking about was up, and why the mechanics were touching the car with the rubber gloves so that they weren't electrocuted. As I said a little earlier, the barrier has now gone, so I'm hoping it means everything is safe. There's a green light on top of the car at the moment. So we shall see. They are not going to be putting Max back in at this rate. It's getting a little close for comfort. So they're missing out on vital track time on a track that they thought they were going to struggle at. And interestingly, Sergio Perez said that off the back of Monaco, they'd done a lot of work, analysis on why they were struggling in the Principality the last time we raced. And they were glad that they were coming to a track that had some similarities to Monaco, so that they could see if that analysis and work had paid off. So unfortunately, they're not managing to do all their homework in this session, especially with the lead car.
Yeah, it should mention as well the upgrade list, which we haven't really talked about. Some of it is just track specific. Some of it has been brought with performance in mind. Red Bull rear wing and a bit to the front corner. Mercedes front suspension and a bit to the front corner. Aston Martin with a revised beam wing. Williams front suspension and rear. RB with a rear wing and a front wing upgrade, and Sauber a rear wing and a beam wing upgrade, and Haas as well, also with a front wing upgrade. Nothing reported by Alpine, McLaren or Ferrari, and there are a few teams out there with Flovis paint on the car to try and detect how well the upgrade package is working. Hashtag BBC F1, we were having quite the argument earlier about Red Bull and their junior program. Well, let's hear from Alonso first.
Yeah, getting quite dry for Inters.
Yeah, copy for that. So we think there's this level of rain for the next 7 minutes, and then maybe heavier for the final 5 minutes.
Tricky times with 12 minutes and 40 seconds remaining. Majority out there on, in fact, everybody out there on the intermediate tyres. This is the sound of Lando Norris. We had a momentary yellow flag. He just cut.
Spin down there for one of the Ferraris, as per normal, coming into it. So Red Bull having a lot of work going on still as well. I feel like I missed a lot. I hope you guys are having a good session. Hello, everyone. Yes. Well, I just had to run in to tell expected delivery. Ted!
Use the K or the H, but there you can see Max Verstappen. The result is the same. The car is still in lots of pieces. Back to you.
Oh, for God's sake, stop! This YouTube is going to be like a woo, woo, woo. How many times I'm flying back from the pit lane? Right, okay. Yes, I have now got new ear cups coming in. As failing instant investing. Turn 14 is involving Norris will be investigated after the session for failing to follow the race director's instructions for escape road. That's twice now. He's done that.
This, going back to Verstappen quickly, that's not good, because he had a new internal combustion engine, turbo, MGUH and MGUK this weekend for FP1, and now this has happened.
Back of the grid then.
Oh my.
Oh, baby. This is going to be a Canadian Grand Prix and a half.
And guess who won't be here to see it?
Yes.
But then again, is it sit at home and watch the Grand Prix, or is it go to a track, watch your Euro NASCAR and have VIP grid walk tickets? What one would you take, Josh?
I'll do that. Why do you think I'm missing Iowa? IndyCar Iowa.
True. Why do you think I'm missing I will on Sunday. Maybe.
That's
not confirmed yet.
Oh, is it not? You not got the tickets? To be fair, I haven't bought my tickets for the event yet. Although I don't need a ticket, but I need to buy the train ticket stuff. Get all that sorted. Replay of Lewis Hamilton in picture-in-picture replay. Someone at FOM listened. I'm going to kiss them. Oh, Hamilton nearly put it in the wall. It's only taken them 5 years.
You know it's 10 to 11 at night when you have quotes like that.
Hamilton crossed the line. P7 at the moment. Who was in the box? I missed it.
Me too.
Oh. Don't overhype this GP to after qualifying. Unfortunately, teams have FP3 chime in this weekend. Less unpredictable. It's raining pretty much all weekend as well, really. We're going to have these pop showers. Yeah. But if Max
and because we're in Canada, it's the 8 mile rule.
Yeah, so we could have red flags as well if it's Sunday. Which is why Jackson and Omi are leading the IndyCar coverage, because even though F1 should be about over by then, we never know what's going to happen.
And I will be back around between 8:30 and 9, so I'll be able to jump on wherever you need me.
Well, NASCAR, because your computer's doing NASCAR.
Yeah.
Let's have a look from Albon. Gets in the toe.
Someone will have to start that, though.
I can start that, don't I?
Lighter drivers like Yuki Tsunoda.
Can't get this. Can this ride get out of the way again every single day? So even Albon's getting frustrated at the Carlos Sainz chicane.
The answer is no.
No, exactly. Yeah, don't worry, JT. If you send me it, I can start it up here in the comms box.
When I get home from Thruxton tomorrow,
set it all up.
I'm going to try and set everything up while doing IndyCar qualifying, because I'm down for that, I think, streaming.
You are, but I think we'll just leave it with Indy Radio if you're too busy.
Alright, I can probably commentate. By the way, this is the bag open with no computer in it. Look at how weighty that is.
That is quite heavy. Yeah. That's going to be quite. Did you just hit your own mic, Megan?
Yes, and that's not even half full.
It's going to be a busy week, isn't it?
Jeez.
What's wrong, man?
Saying, jeez, it's not even half full. It's getting to a point of how heavy my bag was when I was in.
How heavy was mine when I went to Donington?
Heavy.
And it's going to be lighter now that I would have to carry around headsets, leads. I'm going wireless, baby.
Do you know what I loved, though?
Yeah.
The one thing I loved when I was in secondary school was the fact that no matter every single time I passed my bag to someone else to hold quickly, they'd be like, "What do you have in here?" I was just like, "Books." They're just like books or bricks.
A lot of times that happened at my school when I had all my science and maths books and all my food.
And this is the girl that moans lifting things down the stairs.
I don't moan lifting things down the stairs. I can't walk down the stairs without possibility of me falling, because weirdly, on 2 feet, I have no balance on 1 foot.
Graphic?
I'm actually okay.
It is a new graphic, yeah. So
I have vertigo.
Turns 8, 9, 10 as well are dry, but the rest of the circuit is intermediate. New graphic here this weekend. It seems like they're throwing new graphics around. Everyone's doing it. Even we've got new graphics to play with this weekend.
Oh, by the way, for those who don't know what vertigo is, it's a condition where you cannot really balance properly and you are more prone to falling.
I believe Lewis Hamilton suffers with it.
It's like, for me, it started with stairs. Like, I would go down it and I would literally feel like I'm on the edge of the stairs and I'll be falling at every single thing. It's got better. It will never go away, but it's got better.
Mobile chicane, Carlos Sainz now at turn 13, and he's made a mistake himself and will almost scrape the wall of champions as well. Jumping over the orange curbs, the sleeping policeman.
Do you know what? That makes a lot of sense, but I used to fall over a lot as a child.
Including into a fire at one point.
Yeah.
It wasn't on at the time, I must admit.
And it's an electric fire.
Yeah, it's the front room electric fire that Megan tripped over and...
It's my fault. I was standing on a bunch of toy bricks trying to show Mum, look, I can walk on bricks.
And what happened?
I fell into a fire and
On
burst
the fire,
my head
on
open.
the side of the fire, I must say.
It was Mother's Day.
Yes, Mother's Day 2007. You split your head open and then...
I remember that though.
Me, Dad and Kellyanne running round Grimsby Hospital, Princess Diana Royal's Hospital, finding where you are.
I was playing with loads of
We
little
get
things.
there and you are sat perfectly fine playing.
I remember that. I actually remember you like rushing into the room and was like...
we were legging it and you were there going, I'm fine.
Like, I didn't want to leave.
No, and then when they super glued her head back together, I was in the room with Mum. She screamed like Blue Murder then. That was the only time.
But when I was 4 and I got both those like injections in my arm, I was weirdly fine.
Yeah.
From that moment on, I could take pain.
You can still see the mark.
You can. And our sister, Kellyanne, has an identical mark there from when...
That was
when
later
a
in
boot,
life, though.
Yeah, from when a boot hit her on the head.
It happened twice.
The same person.
The same person and the same situation. If I had a penny for every time our sister's been hit over the head by a boot lid by a guy called Matt, I'd have 2 nickels. Rob!
It was Rob.
Work Rob.
Yeah.
If I would have 2 nickels, which isn't a lot, but it's weird it happened twice.
Yeah. I've
Hospital
just
both
seen
times.
something. I've just seen something and I've sent it in Manish's channel. See after the broadcast. See if you can spot it.
Alright. It was a weird situation.
I think Mum and Dad are just like, why are our daughters so accident prone?
Also, you've got a mark there from where you cut yourself with scissors. And then you've got another mark over here somewhere.
I think I was born with that.
Yeah. But it adds 2 features we can touch you. Don't smile. Yeah, there you go. I thought you did that. You've also got I seem to remember as well. Oh no, that was me. Never mind.
What can I use to identify you apart from you?
I fell down the stairs. Multiple times.
When was this?
Before you were born.
Apparently, Joshua found his balance when I existed.
I remember barrel rolling down the stairs at one point.
I actually do know about that one.
I was doing rolling. It was a rolling pony. I remember going round and round, and Grandma was sat in the chair. So definitely before you were born. I remember falling down the stairs, looking over, and there's Grandma just sat in the chair. As I'm going down the stairs.
She's thinking, my grandkids, everyone.
Well, the stairs are loose. I keep telling this. The stairs in our house, the carpets are loose, and have been for 20 odd years.
Didn't that happen when you were 2?
No, it's this house.
3 then.
No, it's 4 you're born, it's 4.
So this happened 21 years ago.
Norris.
20 years ago.
No, if you were 4 years old. Oh, do you mean
Yeah,
over?
it's just getting drier and drier, so it's just gonna get quicker.
Good.
Okay. Potentially silly. Is it anywhere near a dry? This would be a now or never type decision.
No.
Okay.
TV pics are gone for me on Discord. Let me try and get them back.
Mum and Dad must think their children are trying to kill each other.
You're back, Omi? Yes. Yeah. I'll tell you one thing, though. Lando Norris reminds me so much of Luke on the radio.
Yes!
It's driving me mad.
I've been thinking that for a while too. I'm just like, why do you remind me so much of Luke?
I just heard him say on the radio there, and I was like, it's Luke.
They have so many similar mannerisms. Also, have you
Faces,
noticed
yeah.
the way they both smile is the same?
Yes. Yeah.
I'm just like, this is weird.
More of the track is dry according to track conditions.
Yeah, it's getting drier, but not in the areas that you needed, like Lando said.
Hey, does that mean you're Carl Sainz?
Hey, I don't know.
Can I be Leclerc? Ow. It's just an incident. Who can be Max Verstappen?
I've no idea, but that was the line of the season right there.
Oh, Noemi can be Oscar Piastri.
30 seconds to go, by the way, till the end of practice 2.
There's Tom Stallard.
Actually, she really could be Oscar Piastri. She's literally from everywhere.
Yeah. Oh dear. There's Fernando. Polino as well. He's gone from track into a 10 actually. He's locked up and gone straight on, Fernando. 10 seconds out. The session's ending right about the right time because that rain is coming in more and more across the start line. I feel sorry for the the Ferrari GTs who are out next. Checker flag is out.
You two together are a nightmare sometimes.
Yeah, and you've got us all weekend as well for the practice because we're the only members of the team that are going to be consistent this weekend. So
Think about how our family feel. Our mother is no different to him when it comes to humour.
I love the checkered flag here. It's the only one. Yellow flag, sector 2. It's Sonoda and Sainz at 9. Got green.
Both.
Yeah, I think they've run off the track. It's starting to rain, by the way, more out on the circuit.
Mum can be Yuki.
What I love, yeah, she's small. One thing I love about the checkered flag here in Canada is it's the only one in the world that does it. It has the sticks too small. So what they do is they put the entire flag on it and then they wrap the flag around to create a handle. So the stick is wrapped around with the flag and that means you can wave it as much as you like and the flag's never going to come off the stick because it can't. It's so tightly packed in. I tried it once, it's really good. You're wondering how did I try it once? Hello! These went always on one stick.
And we used to love to race down the street.
Yes. I will be buying another one though. Kind of have to. Elliot,
yeah, we can't wait until they get to the point where they are literally biking each other down the street.
The thing is now, I know 2 other kids now as well. They're similar age, so they come for us.
We can create an entire team.
They're
similar ages too, aren't they?
Yeah, they are. Iris is too old, so I can't know. Freddie, maybe.
You're never too old.
Me in the front. Come on, everyone. No, I need some lights. That's what I need. And Lando Norris has been summoned to the stewards for that cut across the track to explain himself.
Are we surprised?
I'm sorry, Lando,
No,
but you
not really.
cannot tattoo your principal anymore.
They have de-rigged that Red Bull in awesome speed, and there is a bit of... Well, I don't know. Christian Horner is just studying his latest emails, making sure there's no more leaks.
And here's one we made earlier.
Put it away! Put it away! Put it away! Nico Hulkenberg getting a start on the intermediate tyres down to turn 1. Looks all good.
It's getting darker out there.
It is, isn't it? We're going to be in for a very interesting weekend.
Have you noticed how...
Well, the lights are illuminated on the track surface as well.
Have you noticed how when I try and get a clearer view of like that side of a track, I for some reason automatically go like that, like I can see.
Yeah, trying to look around the corner.
Just like, I can do this. I can see around a camera.
No, but I think that's what's great about having the 40-inch monitor up in the commentary box. It's the fact that you forget you're standing in a commentary box.
Yeah, you're just like, I'm there.
Yeah, it really is. That's what I love about this, having this monitor, is because you get so ingrained in the monitor, you feel like you're actually there. But then you look around and you're in a commentary box.
And you're just like, oh, this isn't Canada.
It is.
But why did I have poutine?
And crepes.
Yes.
Crepes are more French, aren't they, than Italian? But still. Sorry, then Canadian.
There's French Canada.
Yeah. Jacques Villeneuve, for instance, in the commentary box this weekend. Oscar Piastri. Still don't know what the helmet is for Danny Ricciardo. If it's maple syrup, then it's a bit weird.
It is maple syrup.
It is maple syrup.
Yes. Oh, hello. Piastri is failing to follow race directions and instructions for turn 14 as well. Piastri has now been summoned to the stewards.
Both of the McLarens.
Another one.
Yeah. There's Fred Vasseur.
I did nothing. I did not call them to the stewards. Without them
Lewis
knowing.
Hamilton in the background already.
No.
It's going to be easy to tell who goes off at turn 14 this
Okay,
weekend.
why does those three there look like an alternate version of George Russell, Oscar Piastri and Carlos Sainz?
They did, didn't they? Megan's very happy with who's fastest in this session, though. It's a 1:15.810 for Fernando Alonso, fast lap of the day. George Russell is second, Lance Stroll third, Charles Leclerc fourth, Danny Ricciardo fifth, Kevin Magnussen sixth, Lewis Hamilton is seventh, Yuki Tsunoda 8th. Alexander Albon's 9th. And Checo Sergio Perez is P10. Ocon's 11th, followed then by Sargent in 12th. Sainz 13th. Bottas is 14th. 15th for Hulkenberg. Piastri 16th. Zhou is 17th. 18th, and with an issue, Max Verstappen. Gasly's 19th. And Lando Norris rounds out in 20th position. What happened? Everyone doing their fastest time on the drier tyres, but finishing on the intermediates as well. And Piastri is under investigation and is on his way to the stewards. Well, a very interesting session then here as well. Let's start with you, JT. What did you make of it as the rain clouds come in? We're expecting rain all day, so won't hear you much over the next few days. So what's your takeaway?
No, absolutely as well. Next time I'll be around trackside at Thruxton. Then I am back here, Indy qualifying. And then Q3 for Formula 1, I believe. Or I may dash after IndyCar because I'm up at stupid o'clock to go to Van Chat.
Yeah.
Van Chat. But yeah, it was a good session from what I saw of it. A lot of people cutting the chicane and not going past the bollard. Well, Max Verstappen, Monaco, Miami, Melbourne.
It's all working in, isn't
Montreal.
It is. I've got to rush off.
Oh, right. Well, we're signing off now.
Yeah, so.
Yeah, okay. Well, what did you make of practice? I'll get away that easily.
I thought it was very good. Sorry, just reading that. I thought it was very good, and I'm obviously very happy with who turned out on top. I'm very surprised at who turned out third.
Yes. Okay. Well, thank you, JT. Stroll
Who was that,
third.
by the way? I didn't look.
Stroll third, yeah. So, thanks, JT. Thank you, Megan. We'll be back tomorrow for free practice 3 here on the Eon Notre Dame. Better weather conditions expected tomorrow. Still some chances of rain, though, to throw it in. Practice 3 from 5:15 and qualifying from 8:45. Join us for all the action tomorrow as well from the British Touring Car Championship and IndyCar as well. It's going to be a fascinating session. Do join us for all the action from us all here. Bye for now.